Feast your eyes. Are you feasting? Because I am. That's actually all I'm doing today. Today I'm at a big, beautiful antique store just to look at stuff because I'm in major need of a cup refill. I'm trying to refill my creative, emotional cup in this week's video because it's needed. And as a lover of objects and a lover of looking at objects, one of my favorite ways to get inspired and feel more like myself is just to look at a bunch of cool, beautiful stuff. This morning we're wandering through, I believe it's the Greater Ohio Antique Mall. It's just a big old house on the south side of High Street in Columbus, filled to the gills, truly. There's an attic, there's a basement. Let's wander. Us, when we wander, you in on a little secret. That's kind of what this whole video is about. A creative and life reset. How can I hear a bird chirping inside? And a much needed reset at that after a pretty stressful couple of weeks, if we're honest. But maybe you can relate in the feeling of, I just need to reset. Get myself pointed in the right direction so I can show up in the world how I'd like to show up in the world. To do that, I'm gonna do what I know works well for me. Look at pretty and weird stuff. Read, draw, maybe upcycle something, do a little gaming. All my favorite things. I'm so glad you're here to do it with me. Let's keep searching. I think I'm in the baby closet right now. Let's get out of here. Oh my gosh. How freaking cute. It's a pin cushion. Oh, we're getting this. 10 cents? I doubt it. I doubt it. So I mentioned the last few weeks have been tough in my neck of the woods, hence needing to do this creative and emotional reset. So let's dig into it a little bit. P.S. I am going to be talking about having a sick and aging pet. Kashi's still here. He's still kicking, just to get that out of the way. I'm honestly not going to really go into the details, but if you want to skip it, here's the timestamp. My day job has been really pedal to the metal recently. We've been planning this huge full funnel marketing campaign, including a 2-week video shoot in Mumbai and Vietnam in the middle of the summer during typhoon season. And I was slated to go on that. If you're new, I'm a creative director. So not only has the workload been crazy in my 9-to-5 due to the prep for that, it's also been stressful because I've been trying to stockpile, I think 3 YouTube videos that were all sponsored to come out during that shoot while I was gone. So that's just too much to have on one's plate, I think. So there's a lot of stress from that. On top of that, and this is the real crux of the recent difficulty, this is where I talk about the sick dog. Kashi, our beloved dog, has been dealing with some really significant health problems the last few months, and they're the type of health problems that aren't going to get better. We've been managing his care and his comfort as best we can, but the week before I was supposed to go on this 2-week overseas video shoot, his health took a really sudden downturn, so much so that I pulled out of the trip because we were pretty confident that he would not be here when I got back, and I was not willing to take that chance. We were in and out of the hospital, specialists. It was stressful for him, stressful for us. So the trip didn't end up happening, which is obviously so fine. Family's way more important. Everyone at work was super understanding. But due to the health decline, Kashi's care has been pretty constant, pretty stressful. I'm so thankful to have Gus by my side during this, because it is very much a 2-person job and we're just relying on each other a lot these days. And at this point, we're just taking things one day at a time and cherishing every moment with our favorite boy in the whole world. We're doing okay given the circumstances, and thank you so much in advance for all of the love, because I know you guys cherish and love Kashi too, and I'll make sure to give him lots of scritchies and pets just for you. I know I said I wasn't getting anything, specifically clothes, but... Okay, so initially I was very excited because it says Edwardian lace dress, and I was like, there's no way. One can only hope. But then I looked at the zipper, and it's a Talon zipper, which I don't think was around in the Edwardian times, but maybe they added the zipper. Either way, what a gorgeous little layer to add on top. And it's on sale because I believe one of the sleeves is unfinished. But we know how to do that. Now I said I wasn't gonna get anything, but the stuff I got was really good, so sue me. Okay, next thing's next. We're gonna go grab a coffee. I think there's a pop-up nearby, and they have like ube, matcha, good stuff. And then we happen to be close to one of my favorite thrift stores too, so like we should just pop in there too. Just to look, just to refresh ourselves. In the presence of used clothing. And finally, at the coffee shop, I'm trying to finish this book. If this looks familiar, yeah, I got it in December from the library, which is also funny because I remember when I got this book, I went to the library because I was having a hard couple weeks. And I was like, you know what would make me feel better? Getting a bunch of books from the library. So I guess it's like every 6 months, things go downhill a little bit. Anyways, I've been renewing this and renewing this and renewing this, trying to get through it. It's a short story collection by Stephen King's son, Joe Hill. It's been okay. It was listed as one of the best short horror story anthologies like ever, and this is the book that The Black Phone comes from. You know that movie? It was just okay, the short story at least. Anyway, I'm on the last one. It's called Voluntary Committal, and apparently it's one of the best ones of the book. So all that to say, let's go finish this with a coffee, with a little pastry. We're gonna go thrift, and then we'll return this to the library because I have a hold to pick up there. We're doing all the things I love. So far, it's working. I'm feeling better already. Big boy.
Still is
cute little kimono. So like once or twice a year, I get together with the friends I had back in like elementary school, like my oldest friends, which is so sweet, and I consider myself very lucky that the people I met first were kind of the best people I've ever met. Anyways, tomorrow is the day we're getting together. And like I said, I see these people like once or twice a year maybe. I walk into this thrift store and I'm looking around and I hear someone go, Kathleen is one of my friends that I'm gonna see tomorrow that I never see. Crazy timing, cosmic even. She found this vintage rugby shirt, which I think is backwards. Kind of cute though, right? So we just took a spin around the store together. It was really sweet. And usually seeing each other would be such like a kind of a big deal, like a special occasion, but it was kind of just like, all right, well, see you tomorrow. Bye. What a luscious robe. The delicates, the intimates are hitting today. Oh my gosh. What did I just say? Got to the library and I saw the most charming thing. Man walking down the sidewalk holding open a chonky new library book right at the start. He's on page 1. He literally walked out of the library, with his new book and said, I gotta read this right now while I walk home. Walking his dog. I love the library. When I was finishing this book at the coffee shop, I was sitting in an actual puddle of water because I refused to be crowded in with people on the inside, and I said, no, I'll sit outside. I don't care if it's wet. My jorts are soaking. So I left. And I'm gonna finish in the comfort of my own vehicle. I've got like 12 pages left. See you on the other side. Ow, I got clipped. So we've been making lots of visits to the vet recently, including some specialists. Just old dog stuff, you know? And you know what else is not fun? Seeing all of that money coming out of my bank account and juggling medication and insurance claims, and it's been a lot. So I'm very thankful to the sponsor of this week's video for helping to keep me financially organized and focused. And that sponsor is Monarch. Thank you, Monarch. If you're not familiar, Monarch is an ad-free, private personal finance platform that brings all of your accounts into one clean dashboard. And it's also something that I paid my own money for before we even partnered together. I really love it. It's easy to keep track of all kinds of things at a glance. But specifically, I want to give a shout out to the categories and the summaries, which have been so helpful in reducing my mental load during a pretty stressful time. So first, I set all of my dog and vet related expenses and incomes to be categorized together so that I could really quickly at a glance see that my insurance claim payouts were being paid in a timely fashion. And the weekly recap has been super helpful with this too, because it just shows me the top insights without being overwhelming and scary and stressing me out more than I already am. I don't need 20 alerts a day, just a clear view to keep me honest. So if you'd like to try out Monarch for yourself, you can start your free trial and get 50% off your first year of total money clarity using my link down below or my code illustrated50 for 50% off Monarch Core Tier. Thank you, Monarch. I really appreciate you during these dire times. Now, back to the video. Welcome back to my house. Would you like to see the treasures I found while we were gathering visual inspiration and not supposed to be buying anything, but a couple things were bought, unfortunately. By the way, shout out to the very stinky viewer who sent me this extremely silly clown mug. It's my new favorite mug because it's the perfect size. It's a big mug, but it doesn't feel like a big mug. Good. Thank you. I freaking love it. Okay, you already saw this. Baby's first needlepoint kit. I've never needle pointed before. How complicated can it be, you know? I love a ribbon motif. I love a knot. And I've been talking about how I need my own pin cushion, so this is perfect. Whoa, that looks complicated. I wonder when this was made. There's no year on here, but it does say if you have any questions concerning your kit, you should send a letter to Ms. Eve Sullivan at Needlecraft Corporation of America in Chicago, Illinois. You think she still works there? It looks like whoever had this kit in the first place already started it a little bit. So thanks for that. I don't think we're gonna do that this week, but maybe for a future creative crafting vlog. That'll be fun. Next, I got 3 things that need to be mended or upcycled. Maybe it'll be a future video as well. Starting with this adorable plaid dress. Here's what I love about it. The colors and the plaid of it all, or the tartan, whatever you would call it. I love the length. It is firmly in the calf length category for me, which can sometimes be hard to find. It has shoulder pads, which I'm a big fan of, and I'm not sure the technical term for this, but like these tuck needle pleats all across the bodice. Now listen, when I put this on, don't love how it fits in the bodice area. So I'm wondering how we can adjust the top to fit a little bit better, maybe to just be more of a classic tank top or cap sleeve silhouette for the summer. That is a problem we'll be tackling in the future, as well as, this floor length. You heard that right, floor length. Oh my gosh. Slip dress that has these really awesome side slits with a really nice creamy buttery lace trim and at the bodice. Now listen, length, great. Fit actually fits my bosom, which is rare for a slip. However, I kind of want to take the slit all the way up the side to basically be slitted on like the waist height to give more of like a tunic or a tabard silhouette. I think I'll get more wear out of it if it's more of a top than a dress. So that's my idea there. Shouldn't be too complicated. We'll see. And then this is a mystery to me that I think we're gonna solve right now. This gorgeous lace overlay gown that I really need to take like a delicate eye and a delicate needle to identify all the areas I might need to seam up a little hole. I think there used to be like a little ribbon or button closure to close the top up in the back. Here's the mystery I want to solve. I want to try and figure out when this dress was actually made because the tag says Edwardian, and I was like, there's no way it's that old. And then I'm sure a lot of you were actuallying me in the comments because apparently it could be Edwardian still. We'll talk about it in a second. And if you were actuallying me, don't delete your comments. You were right. You were right to correct me and educate me. Technically, the Edwardian period, according to Wikipedia, please tell me if I'm wrong, was basically the first decade of the 1900s. I thought it was older than that, which is why I was like, zippers in caveman times? I don't think so. So now we have to figure out if a talon zipper existed back then. Talon zipper dating. Of course, there's an article from a website called the Fedora Lounge. It's going to tell us all about it. Thank you. Okay, so apparently, if the zipper has the little hole in the zip like that, like something that you could attach a little zipper pull to, that means it's probably older than the 1920s. So let's see what kind of zipper we have. We do in fact have a teeny tiny little hole in our zipper. In the tipper. Our talon zipper looks most like the ones from the 1930s, according to this guy. This internet guy. Isn't this interesting? If there are any historians watching of the fashion variety, let me know if you have any thoughts. And hopefully we can work on adding the little shoulder closures and fixing any little holes and seams in a future video. This dress, I don't know if you've been able to see, it's a black layer of lace and then like a very chocolatey brown layer. Almost eggplant. Gorgeous. Those are the 3 pieces. Last thing I got was just a little treat to myself. You know, I'm always collecting chunky silver funky jewelry, and I found this spiral sterling silver made in Mexico little bracelet. Fits me perfectly. I think we'll go over what I got at the library soon, not right now, because I have something very exciting to share with you. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. The Bookworm tees have arrived. I mean, they're not live right now as I'm filming this. I'll tell you the date soon, but I wanted to show them to you. And when I say I'm going to tell you soon, I mean I'm going to tell you right now. Bookworm tees are going to be live July 14th, that's a Tuesday, at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific, a bunch of other times in other parts of the world. That's 2 weeks from when this is posted. I hope you're able to get one if you want one. We've got a cutesy little baby blue number and a beautiful 8-color screen print. It was so hard to get these colors right. And not cheap to do an 8-color screen print. But I think they turned out so cute. We got our vintage fabric bug, our bookworm, and the cutesy delicate bookworm lettering above it. And we've also got a black version for my emo girls and boys and theys and thems, okay? So sweet. I think you'll also be pleased to hear that the sizing is a better range this time. We have small to 4X. And these are just like classic unisex t-shirt bodies. Like this is a large. So I really appreciate your patience with previous launches where I was using only secondhand blanks and it was just not always possible to have the sizes that I wanted. Now these aren't secondhand. Well, I guess they technically are. They're made of 100% recycled, 100% cotton. So old textiles were mashed up and respun to make these. Pretty cool. They're very soft, almost a little silky, super lightweight. So I think these are going to be like the perfect summer t-shirt. Gotta find my bookworm tee somewhere in my dirty laundry because I have been wearing it. I have been quality testing. There she is. She's a little wrinkly on account of the being in my dirty laundry hamper. But I actually went for a small for mine because I wanted more of like a little baby tee fit, and I think I want to upcycle mine too. Here's the fit, no adjustments. I think I want to bring up the hem to like here, belly button height, and then I want to cut the sleeves a little shorter. Yeah, kind of like that. Should we just do it right now? I'll say why not. We can do anything with our shirts. Let's just get it done. So what we've got so far, I've just folded up the length that I want the shirt to be. I basically like 3.5 inches shorter. Then we're gonna sew around here, right under the hem. I'm following the Sydney Graham How to Hem Your T-Shirts in the Super Easy Way video. Highly recommend. Let's sew it. This is sewed down. Now I'm gonna cut away all of this above what I just sewed. You should watch her video if you want a real tutorial. For sure, for sure, for sure. You would call this pressing your seam down. And just like that, we have a perfectly lengthed shirt. Wow. After I pressed up the hem, I did a top stitch to make sure the hem stayed pressed up. This is such a comfortable fit for me now. I feel like maybe my inclination might be to go even a little shorter, but this is 100% cotton. It could shrink a little, so we'll leave it as is for now. I'm also gonna leave the sleeves as is for now, because now that the length is better, I don't really mind the sleeve length. And we can always change it in the future if we want to. Honestly, I love this baby blue with the camo. Cute combination. Kind of a crazy couple of weeks work-wise, and I've had to drop a couple balls intentionally, reprioritize things just to get through it, and now I'm reaping the benefits of that, which is the balls that I have dropped are now festering and maggot-filled on the ground. And I need to fix that. One of the balls is my email inbox. It's scary right now. I don't know if you like this, but as soon as my inbox starts to get a little bit crazy, I kind of just want to like close the door of the closet and walk away and not look at it anymore, and I can't do that. So, to fix my email inbox fear, I took myself to a nice little patio with a nice little drink, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna answer them all, and then some. I might even send some as a little treat. Just looked at my work calendar for today. I have 5 meetings, all overlapping each other in one time slot. That's the kind of day today's gonna be. Which one will I pick? Who's to say? Are you paying attention? Well, that lasted longer than I thought it would. I think I got there at 10. I thought I'd be there for an hour, maybe, answering all my emails ever. It's 3 p.m. now. I just stayed, and I still have 60 emails to respond to. Maybe that's a lot to you, or maybe that's a little. To me, I'm an inbox zero kind of gal. And good news, though, I did just see a cat on a leash. So you're gonna have to believe me. power went out the other night and I was walking around the house carrying this around, feeling like I had truly attained my final form. Do you want to see what I got at the Craft Raccoon? We're having a very moody, rainy summer afternoon, and it's kind of the perfect time to show you my trinkets. So the main reason we went to Craft Raccoon was so Gus could get fabric and supplies to make a bike bag. Yeah, he's taking a foray into the world of sewing. He'll never be the same. Maybe I can convince him to show you what he got. It's good, but I was looking for different stuff. It's my friend's birthday coming up, so I wanted to put together a little trinket package of fun little craft supplies, and here's what will be included. This is what I'm most excited about. Was I not just talking about Olfa rotary cutters? Ain't no way that's gonna focus. Look at this delectably cute, tiny little yellow rotary cutter. Shing! I didn't test the blade. I'm assuming it cuts. Does it cut? Uh-oh. Yeah, that was $4. I got this little Asian knot kit from Clover. Isn't that cute? Makes little knotted beads. I think they would really like this. I got some Mrs. Grossman's stickers, and they're like half-used sheets. Like this one just has little water droplets on it. This one just has a couple little balloons. I think I'll cut them out and create like a little pack. I think they'll like those. And finally, I got some stamps. Specifically this one, I love. It says good luck. And then this one is kind of like an Ex Libris book stamp. It says reading is fun. The only problem is there's a big hole cut out of there for some reason. But I imagine they could stamp with this and then draw a smiley face in the hole. I think that's something that they would be open to doing. Oh wait, that part wouldn't even mark anyways. Never mind, it's perfect, just the way it is. So now I have to make a card and a little letter to go with this, and I would like to use the stamps. And I recently saw this reel, let me see if I can pull it up. I believe I saved it, from Moomin Masha on Instagram about making stamps with like little tiny erasers, carving little pixel stamps to do this. So I thought that looked pretty inspiring. However, I was like, why would I cut a stamp if I could just use the tip of my Chonky Ticonderoki eraser? So we'll be making some pixel art, and I think I want to use the good luck stamp and do like some clovers. Let's mix some paint. Convinced Gus to do a haul of what he got at the Craft Raccoon. So he's gonna sit here and he's gonna tell you about it. And if you're not nice, he's a sweet man and he's starting his crafting journey. Okay. Be cool. Don't embarrass me. Gotta be the people, gotta know what your plan is.
Okay, I'm making a bag for my bike. I decided that I might be able to learn how to sew on a sewing machine with this as a project. I got some black fabric that's like kind of thick.
Yeah, it's kind of canvasy.
I think I'm actually gonna make the bag out of the black one and do the accents with this cool patterned fabric. And this one's kind of like waxy, a little bit thicker. And I gotta go and figure out what the heck I'm gonna do because it's a weird shape. My bike has a triangle in the middle, but it's like wonky. Got these orange cool little buckles. There's gonna be a flap over the side that I can lift up, kind of like a messenger bag. And I got this cool pencil and some orange thread that matches the buckles. I also got these cool things. These ones are especially cool. They're kind of like vintagey packaging. And that's it.
Sound like a good plan, Kosh? We also want to get a little chariot for the back of the bike for Kashi, but that's a whole separate thing.
As long as they have this year, and if you include the fact
Look at this tiny little like, oh my god.
Good morning, people. As you can see, I'm nestled within the roses, feeling extremely precious. We're starting our day with a little bit of floral sketching, because one of the things that makes me feel most like myself, most grounded, is drawing, specifically florals. The thing I like about florals is, at least for me, I don't feel a strong need for them to look super realistic. So you're really just drawing a lot of wobbly, roundish, curling shapes. And I don't know if you know that, but that feels awesome. So behind me, we've got a cardinal colorscape shrub. It's just this beautiful, almost so bright it's vibrating carnation red. Look at that. It rained a lot last night, so the grass was super wet, and I was like, oh, I'll be smart and bring a yoga mat to sit on so my booty doesn't get wet like it did previously. So I was walking in here with a yoga mat, and then I saw a bunch of other people walking in with yoga mats. And they were like, oh, are you here for the yoga in the park? I guess you could say that, a different sort. Anyways, I came in and found a spot to sit, and then all of a sudden a yoga instructor is yelling at me from across the park because she sees my mat. She's like, are you here for yoga in the park? We're starting. So, no. Those people just got engaged. So cute. This has been so lovely. Met a sweet yoga doing viewer. Thanks for saying hi. Worked on my sketches that you are sitting on. So this sketchbook is kind of my designated my wet book that I don't care if it gets all wrinkly and warped while I'm using these water-soluble graphite pencils. They're the graphite aquarelle pencils from Faber-Castell. Awesome. So good if you just need to loosen up a little bit. Just wet your paper and get crazy with it. I really like this one. I actually really like this one too. The black with the red. Ooh, good combo, good combo. There's so many cute photo shoots happening. So before we leave, I want to do the book update that I kept from you yesterday. I got 3 books at the library, and this was a treat to myself. One, for finishing 20th Century Ghosts, but also because I just finished the Farseer trilogy, The Assassin's Apprentice, Royal Assassin, and then Assassin's Quest. I think I said it before and I'll say it again. If you are kind of sick of the tropes that are played over and over and over and over again in modern fantasy, specifically like romantasy or young adult fantasy, I highly recommend reading an older series such as the Farseer trilogy, written in the 90s. It's most refreshing, I think, because the characters aren't held to this, like, they're not held to the current social standards. They're rough, they're edgy. Sound like an edgelord right now. I'm all for like more socially responsible, woke, as you might say, stories, obviously. But sometimes it can be a little cloying when it's like everyone's perfect and everyone says the exact perfect thing at all times. It's just not realistic. And the characters are not perfect in the Farseer trilogy. They have issues. My favorite character, definitely the fool, Lacey, Lady Patience. What a combo. Anyways, as a treat, I got myself some new books. This feels very much like I'm 14 years old and I'm devouring books at the library. We've got the first Warrior Cats book. Listen, when I posted my little haul on Instagram, a lot of people were like, is that Warrior Cats? Yes, princess. Yes, it is. I've never tried it. What if I read all 70 books? And then, in honor of Pride and just needing a sweet little yearnful romantic story, we've got We Could Be So Good. I think this is based on like 1950s newsroom, newspaper, fast-paced work environment with two guys that fall in love. I'm excited to read this. And then I just saw this on the shelf and I'm like, I think I've heard of this book, this series, Jade City. Mafia vibes, but people are powered by jade stones and martial arts. Cool. I've read 2 chapters so far and it's sitting pretty right now. It feels like an action movie. Let me know if you've read any of these, especially Warrior Cats. I think I've said this before, I read Cat Wings as a kid. They were like the 2 diverging paths. You could either read Cat Wings or Warrior Cats. I went with the Winged Cats. So now we'll explore my path that I've never explored before, which is my Warrior Cats arc. Wish me luck. Oh, and I'm also I'm gonna start listening to the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Gus just finished all of the books and he's like, you have to read it. I heard the audiobook's good. I heard it's entertaining. I used to be way into like D&D podcasts, like actual play. So I feel like reading an RPG in book form will feel like coming home. I don't know if you can tell, but I am being sprinkled upon right now. I think that's a good sign that we should get going. I'm so happy to report that I'm feeling so much more grounded after making this video. I hope you are too, or that it gives you some inspiration on how, if things are stressful, you can take small steps to feel more like yourself. I really loved sketching in the rose garden. I feel like I need to do that like at least once a week. I can't imagine a better way to start your day, I don't think. And I know y'all love our pup Kashi, so thank you in advance for all of the well wishes. You might remember at the beginning of this video, I mentioned maybe including gaming as part of the things that I was gonna do this week to feel more like myself. And I didn't include it because I think I want to make a video all about gaming, like a cozy gaming vlog. And maybe you're not a gamer, that's okay. Maybe you will be by the end of that video. Anyways, if that sounds interesting, keep an eye out for a future video. Might not be next week, so feel free to subscribe if you want to just stay posted. Speaking of staying posted, Bookworm teas. They will be live at 12 p.m. Eastern time. If you'd like a reminder for that launch, you can come follow me on Instagram because I'll be posting about it like in my stories up until that date. And I'm so pumped. And if you don't like the colors of the t-shirts or you'd want to customize it in a different way or need a different size, I'm also going to be dropping a digital pattern alongside the t-shirts. So if you want to make your own bookworm patch, you can. Until then, I hope you're staying well, taking care of yourself, and I will see you very soon. Love ya. Bye.